meeting Marcia Thomas. Known you for so long now, but I want you to introduce yourself so that people who see us, listen to us, know who you are.
Like you, my name is Marcia Thomas. I'm what is known as an African American, and I live in the diaspora. I work for USA for Africa. I've worked for them for 40 years, and we are the world people. But I'm not here to talk about We Are the World. I'm here to talk about the new song that Coumba, who you will be also seeing in this interview, she and I saw each other one day, and we said we need a new song for the world.
Okay.
And this new song is going to be for humanity, but it'll be a gift from Africa, and we're asking all people to support this idea of a new song that is a gift from Africa for the purpose of to address all the issues: world hunger, world peace, and the environment.
Thank you.
And Africa is the cradle of civilization, so this is where it has to start.
Thank you. We will talk about that new song at the end, but maybe let's go back. Tell us a little more about USA for Africa as an organization. What does USA for Africa stand for, and how this organization came about?
USA for Africa stands for United Support of Artists for Africa. It doesn't stand for the United States of America. And the song was created by a motivation by Harry Belafonte that we had to do something for the famine that was existing in Ethiopia at the time. And he brought that to a man named Ken Cragen, who was a big manager for a number of artists. And he went directly from Harry saying, we got to do something, to Quincy Jones, who put the call out for artists. And the song was written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. The song was sung in one night with 43 different artists. So we know we can do this. And so USA for Africa, this is Africa's time to do this. And so this will not be a USA for Africa effort. This will be a gift from the continent. And so we're optimistic that we'll get African artists to come together like those 45 artists did in 1986 to put We Are the World together in one night, which was amazing.
Yes, that's
the
quite
song
incredible.
is still popular. As a matter of fact, we remastered the song, and a new digital version of it will be coming out soon. And but we don't want to interfere with the idea of getting Africans to come together for this song. And this is not a USA for Africa project per se. It's a project that USA for Africa's name will be attached to, but it'll be through me because I work for them. And I'm one of the idea people for doing this song for humanity with Coumba Toure.
Thank you, Marcia. So you've been working for USA for Africa for more than 40, almost 40 years.
39 years.
39
so
years.
It's really 40 years.
Yes. And USA for Africa has been supporting, organizations and people across Africa, and some in the US and Haiti. Can you tell us a little bit about the type or organization that you're supporting, and how and why?
Well, when we started out, it was relief and development, and in 1988 we moved from doing relief funding to funding specific project-oriented activities, and under the banner of women in development, because we learned very early that if we're going to be involved with the continent, we need to make sure that women are involved. And so we've continued in that vein. Almost all our projects, they're not all done by women, but they're generally women inspired. And so over the 40 years, I think we've given away nearly $100 million.
Wow. And you were talking about how in the early days you actually had like a plane going.
We did the airlift to Ethiopia because we saw all those photos of people didn't have any food, and they were in an area of Ethiopia at the time where the government had banned people from going there. So these folks were with their children. It was mostly women and children who had no access to food or anything. So USA for Africa organized an airlift that took the food and dropped it to where they were. I think it was one of the first airlifts of that sort. The airlifts have been done, but to be done by an organization who had only been in existence less than a year.
Yeah.
So we were very happy to make an imprint on the need that existed at that time in Ethiopia.
Yeah. And you were talking about how Harry Belafonte went on some of these airlifts. Can you tell us more about Harry Belafonte?
Harry Belafonte was the guiding light for doing something for Africa. He also was on the airlift. He met with the heads of government in Ethiopia, and on the way out they also stopped in Sudan as well. And so he met with all those heads of state. Harry Belafonte had an ongoing relationship with Africa, and it still exists today, even though he is passed on. His legacy is part of what we are still trying to live up to. And thankfully, before he passed, he started an organization called Sankofa, and everybody on Africa knows what Sankofa stands for. And it's not they're not a funding agency, but what they are is an artist advocacy, where they use their art to create social change. So we're still trying to live up to what he created.
Yes.
There
was another mastermind behind this, Harry Belafonte, of course, bringing people together, having the idea, working and being an activist for social justice. He's been involved in every fight you can imagine, the anti-apartheid movement, the civil rights movement. But for the We Are the World song, Quincy Jones was key.
Was the key person in that song getting done, because we called them the big three. A guy named Ken Cragen, who was called by Harry. Ken, you got to help. We got to get this song done. We got to get the artist. So Quincy Jones was the first person that Ken Cragen called after Harry called him. And Quincy said, "Oh, I'm on board." And that song was put together, orchestrated, and everything in one night.
By Quincy Jones.
By Quincy Jones. It was actually done on the night of the American Music Awards, because all those artists were in town, so we didn't have to worry about getting them there.
Yeah.
And Quincy had the words, because they had written the song. Michael and Lionel had written. So he had whatever instructors do. He had lined up who he thought should sing what verse, and it was phenomenal. One night.
Yes, and you said the song was written by Michael Jackson
and Lionel Richie. Yes,
and Quincy did the arrangement, put everything.
He put it all together, and one of his famous sayings that night was, "Leave your egos at the door."
Leave your ego at the door.
Check your egos at the door. So he needed the artist to come in to be a part of a group and not to be an individual. And it was phenomenal.
Do you think today, We Are the World now, can we ask artists today to check their egos at the door, come together and create a song that will be for humanity, given everything that's happening in the world, the rise of fascism, everything that's going on against migrants, the level of hunger and war that's still raving all across the world. I mean, you talk about Gaza, you talk about Sudan, South Sudan, still today Ethiopia needs support. I mean, the Congo is a wreck. So could we find artists together that will check their egos at the door and accept to produce a song for humanity from Africa?
I think we can. I think we can, because in the end, you know, Africa and Africans have long been at the recipient end of other people putting stuff together for them. So this is Africa's time, opportunity to do something for the rest of the world.
Yes.
And for it to be led by Africans, that's significant. You know, so we can get rid of this idea that Africans can't accomplish a whole bunch of stuff. But I think that we can, because I think that the knowledge of what has happened before. And I mean, the British even did a song, which they did basically in a couple of days as well. So it's possible to do anything like this, because the reason you're doing it is the driving motivation.
Yes.
And so I think it can happen again. And I think it's important that Africans be lead this charge this time, to thank the world and also to give something back to the world, other than just people coming to Africa to get things. I think it's Africa's time to establish this is our place in the world, and the Song for Humanity is going to be their calling card.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marcia. This is beautiful. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. You know, I'm excited as well. Because I can't wait for the rest of the world to see that Africa can take care of something like this.
Thank you. And when we say Africa, we're talking about Africa, the continent, and the African diaspora.
And the African diaspora. Africa, the continent, and the diaspora. Because we all have to come together to help save this earth. If we don't, we're all doomed.
That's true.
You know, we're all doomed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.